Once upon a time, a preacher asked me to write a poem so that I could perform at his church, and this is what came out of the hat. I can count on one hand the number of times I've given thanks to God. The number grows significantly higher if you add up every time I've said I've blamed God, or I've said that I've hated God. I can't count, not even on both hands, how many times I've said, I do not believe in God. I don't know if I believe in God, but I'm writing this poem to a God I don't know that I believe in, to a God I've never once believed was listening, in the hopes that maybe tonight he's listening. I hope this poem reaches him like a prayer. Hope it touches him like praise. This poem is not a declaration of thanks or of blame. This poem is all forgiveness. I'm writing to say, I forgive you, God, for all the terrible things done in your name. It's taken me 20 years to realize that I've never seen God with my own eyes, and I've never heard God with my own ears. The fears ingrained in my soul were taught to me by men. It has taken me 20 years to question, what authority do I think they have that I believe them? See, I've spent 20 years on your green earth, and granted, I generally stay farther away from a church than I'm willing to hike, but somewhere in that 20 years, I learned the difference between Christian and Christ-like. It was taught to me recently by a man who was the miracle of both, a man who taught me nothing if not forgiveness, so I forgive you, God, for all the hate they preach in your name, for all the fear they wield in your image, for people claiming to be your disciples, teaching hate thyself rather than love thy neighbor. I forgive you for all the times when my life was dark, because now I see the value of striking relentless in the name of one little spark. I forgive you for putting the choice in our hands, knowing full well just how likely we were to choose wrong. I forgive you, God, because I finally see, they say there's a little bit of God in each of us, so when I forgive you, God, I forgive me. For every time I gave up on myself, for every time I didn't think I was enough, for giving up on a God I didn't think could reside in a damaged vessel, could reside in me. I forgive myself for never reading the Bible, because never knowing the 10 Commandments didn't mean that I didn't know better than to lie, cheat, and steal my way through a life that was never fair. I forgive you for my life never being fair, because my life never being fair only made me softer, only made me care. I forgive myself for not being perfect, because if you are a part of me, then a part of me is perfect, and I can let that part of me shine through. Every time I screw up, I can perfectly try again. I forgive you for the venom that stains the souls of men, because I don't know if I believe in God, but I have seen perfect in their eyes. There is a little bit of God in each of us, and tonight, God, you are forgiven.